here. Okay, so Happy New Year, Lori. Hi, Sylvia. I'm so glad you're in the flow and you're receiving and you're accepting. And so we're in the flow here. And I actually clicked the go live button at 12:12 my time. It took a couple of minutes and went back and forth. However, here we go again. I've been doing the first day of the Prosperity Challenge. So welcome everybody. Akasha here. We are in day 2 of our Prosperity Magic Challenge. Our Prosperity Magic class starts Thursday. And so what we're doing here is the preparation. And this is a lot of fun because all morning I was walking on the beach and I was doing things I did like petting my cat and doing my magic, activating my light body and doing healing work and connecting to all the energies and everything I do every day. It's so funny. I don't notice how dirty my glasses are until I get on here. And then it feels like, what is going on? I need a little sticky note right here. Check glasses before we go live. So during that, these wisdom grandmothers that they're calling themselves right now, prosperity grandmothers. This is the beginning of the sacred feminine that is very high in the consciousness. So it's been in the underbelly, right? And it's been hiding, it's been recessed, it's been hidden, it's been made fun of. That part of us that trusts intuition without needing to know proof, right? The part of us that follows our heart, the part of us knows that something is in alignment or not, and the part of us that understands that creation is a cycle, that life is eternal, that it's never-ending flow, never-ending flow. Now, that flow can also not be within duality, it can be between dimensions. So the way that we have yin and yang or above and below, the way that the infinity symbol flows, the reason that the infinity weave is such a powerful energy healing tool is that you have this opportunity to work with not just energies, asking, communicating, to move energies, to call on the breath, the air, to call on the love of a goddess or of Mary or of Gaia, to draw in the energies of chamomile and bring in that calm into your body. You have the ability to talk to and communicate with every and any energies. So the key is, what is optimal for me at this time? So today I'm going to teach you a few key phrases to help you to align all of your energy to prosperity. Everybody has heard, watch your words, say this, don't say that. And yet when you're in a low state of consciousness, it's easier to look at the scale and say, oh, I'm down here in anger, I'm in disappointment, I'm craving, I'm blaming somebody, I'm blaming my past or my husband or whatever, right? And what we want to do is say, oh, okay, I'm not going to try to force anything, change anything, avoid anything, resist anything, hold anything down anymore. You're becoming whole and complete in order for everyone, men, women, and trees, okay, on the planet at this moment is we are all going through upheavals. There's volcanoes in Greenland, I believe. There's I can't remember. There's explosions and shifts and changes and huge ice storms and extreme weather. And 2 days last week we went up to 88 degrees and then we went back down to, for what us was cold, to about 63. And to do that for 2 days and then down and 2 days and then down, we're definitely in a change. So we're connected to the energies in the earth and all of the living beings in it. Yesterday we talked about becoming much more aware and conscious and working with all the energies that are supporting you and disconnect from the energies that don't support you. What are you feeding your mind and heart? In order to prosper, you have to treat yourself like a delicate little plant. You have to treat yourself like a little egg, whatever, a little cocoon, a little soul seed, okay? A little seed that's so precious because it's the only one of its kind. And you've been gifted with the duty to take care of it. And in order to make your soul's seed prosper, you must, and absolutely must, let go of the story of any paradigm that tells you lack, limit, fear, and blame, shame, guilt, regret, disappointment, craving, feeling like you've been left out, anything, any story anybody ever told you, any experience that you had that you could point to, but that happened. Okay, it happened. Why do you watch a story? You watch the heroine go through the ups and downs, leave her ordinary world, meet her magical guides, go out on her own, deep, dark into the depths of her soul. Whether it's a dragon in the movie or the story, or it's your own inner fear that you fear, like the power of a dragon. It's going to burn you. It's going to devour you, that it's evil instead of powerful on your behalf. There is nothing in your field. There is nothing you've experienced. There is nothing that can happen to you that you cannot handle. Because number one, what did we learn yesterday? You are here on a fully funded mission. So the statements that I give you are very powerful. They're carefully crafted. I've spent many decades in this life, and not to mention gobs and gobs of other lives, probably like you. Most likely we've been in 1 or 2 schools together. I've been a teacher and a student in schools throughout time in different cultures on this planet and on other planets, and so have you. So this is the time of getting our prosperity into connection, which means we're willing to step in to our own self. To be fully present doesn't feel safe. A little bit like a deer or a doe, they are so fully present, yet immediately on alert, and they know how to run very fast and to move around, and they're camouflaged. This is part of their nature. They don't have to think about it. So within a few minutes of the threat, they calm back down to peaceful resting state. They're present in the moment. They're chewing their grass again. They're talking. When you get to understand that everything is alive, everything is communicating all the time. When we think, oh, the dog doesn't speak English, it's not very smart, or we don't realize that blackberry bushes are talking to all of the other blackberry bushes on the planet, and that they have a consciousness, and that they're highly affected by toxins and poisons and sprays, and that it's affecting the consciousness of their community, and therefore that toxicness is going into the frequency of the healing of their potential, and their aura, their purpose, their soul seed is exuding an aura and a purpose. It has a path and a mission just like us. So we've been, as humans, extremely unconscious and disconnected from the effect we have on the planet and everything. We've been in the conquering mode. We've been in the taking mode. It's taken over the planet. It's imbued in what we are considered to be successful within families, within cultures, within communities. And we've been very attached to family. We've been very attached to communities. And now we're talking about grandmothers. And so I think the reason that they're bringing this information, they're coming in now piece by piece here. So I channeled the whole thing for you. I'm going to share. They gave me the whole process this morning, and I put it up on the slides. However, now they're present here, and we've already created the sacred space for you. We've been dancing and playing within it all day. So as you enter, please put your things away as if you would leave them in a room, and then enter the sacred space. Leave behind whatever is not required for you to be in your optimal, highest good at this time. When you enter the space, whether you like it or not, you are aligned with your higher self, your I am presence, your body elemental, and Gaia. Through Gaia, Delphine, the dragon, serpent, kundalini energy that is Gaia's daughter and was lived in the earth and protected her sacred space, Delphi, her navel. We've reconnected that. And when we go back to Greece, if you're meant to be there, you need to listen. We are going to take that to a new level. What Delphine has been doing is when I call to Gaia, which is always a part of my light body. So You activate your light body. You're acknowledging there's parts to your light body you don't know about, but you're going to let them be activated. What does that mean? You're acting it to come into center, come into balance, to realign as much as possible in this moment to your soul's blueprint. That is different than everyone else's. You're a seed. Now there are things around you, like the grandmother circle around us right now. There are sacred flames tend to always be in the center of my circles now and my temples. We have the infinity healing chamber. There's a golden cone of light. It could look like a pyramid to you. It could feel like a temple for you. It's made from gold. Why don't you tune into it? It's made from gold and silver. Thank you. It used to be gold. Now it's gold and silver. It's a balance of masculine and feminine. It's the 10th and the 12th ray of creation. Now you can get that in the shop. All the rays of creation, what they mean, what their powers are, work with them, please. So when you want to do magic, means you want to be the creator of your life. When you want to communicate with the grandmothers, the flowers, the fairies, the wind, the coconuts. My coconut trees are my guardians. They're amazing, beautiful beings. And your life becomes rich and you prosper. You prosper because you acknowledge the life, the preciousness, the uniqueness, the medicine, the messages, the unique soul's expression in everything around you. Now, I'm not trying to overwhelm you that you have to spend 12 hours a day talking to every tree and plant. However, every morning and every evening, and usually every time I walk downstairs through my pool area where I actually have plants growing now. It was just sand. It's becoming a sanctuary, as it called me to. And I touch my plants and my coconut trees, and I heart-to-heart weave with them, and I say hello. I heart-to-heart weave with the pool, which is shaped both as a DNA spiral or a Fibonacci spiral, as well as a heart. And everything here is created and welcomed and is growing and is prospering in kind of a harsh environment, because this is the side that faces the beach. So if you're not familiar with Findhorn, it's wonderful. And if someone reminds me, I will share the book. It inspired me in the very, very, very early days of my awakening, my spiritual awakening, to read this book about 3 people who believed in spirit. One of them started talking to plants, and they were poor, like hippies, and they moved to a really remote part of Scotland, very, very harsh. Nobody could grow anything there. And they started to grow vegetables and fruits, and they started to grow extraordinarily large and nutrient-filled vegetables and fruits until the whole town began to buy from them, despite their amazement and baffled. And all she did was listen to the plants. If you know of Perelandra essences, I have them here. I love them. I used them for many, many decades. She was living next to a forest, and the trees began to talk to her. She started to be called into the forest for what I would call an initiation, a remembrance of who she is, to get back on her path. Her path of magic means she gets to learn and remember that she talked to animals, or she talked to plants, usually to nature. And they started to tell her how to make flower essences, and those are the ones I have. And they started to tell her how to garden and how to put things next to each other. And I have all of her gardening books. I had them. And all of this was part of her soul path. These are sacred feminine communications. These are sacred feminine arts. These are, first of all, receiving the guidance through plants when nobody else believes about it. And this was back in the 60s, I believe. So it's easier now, but it's still not easy. You probably have family, you probably have friends that don't believe what you believe, or are limiting your ability to expand and receive. So it's vital that you expand and receive. And it's vital that in this moment, if you want to prosper, you need to acknowledge that there's life force all around you. So I walk there, I talk to my trees, I walk to the beach. I always walk onto the beach, even if it's not good weather. I walk the beach and swim in the ocean whenever possible. I pick up shells. I call them mermaid treasures. And all the time I'm communicating through my feet chakras. Every step I'm feeling the sand, I'm feeling the crystals and the cleansing energies and the magnetic fields, the tides. Right now we have very extreme tides because of the new moon that we just had. So I'm very aware that I'm in the new moon energy, and the new moon energy is here. And I'm not trying to fight it and say, but no, I want to know the answers right today. I'm in the new moon energy. I'm in the morning energy. I'm in the 4 a.m. energy. If I wake up at 4 a.m., I'm like, cool, awesome. I love it in the summer because the sun's coming up. And then I go for a walk then, and I see flocks of flamingos, and nature speaks to me. I am filled and inspired in my soul and my body, and it's transforming in a way that's multidimensional. My body is changing. My perspective is changing. I've ascended to a new level. We are moving so quickly that if you try to do this alone, you're going to be like on a slide, and you're going to be struggling the minute that you start to say, wow, there's so much here already. I'm already prosperous. So today the grandmothers want us to recognize the prosperity that we have. So this is, again, not something unfamiliar if you think about it, because I just channel it and then I go, oh, that's interesting. And then I do it with you guys, and then we do it again. So what they want us to realize is that we are fully funded, like they told us. And now, what does it feel like? Because if you don't give yourself something to move to, you will continue to wallow in the sameness. It is difficult if you're at a low state of consciousness to change a habit, a thought, a belief, to tell someone, no, I don't want to do that, when you always say, yes, I will do that, and you're expected or obligated, and then just add your story, right? Anything in your life that interrupts your personal time, your health time, your spirit time, that makes you feel less than, that drags you down, that brings in negative energy, that talks about or plays war or negativity or blaming people or gossiping about people. And we're going to clear the air of all of that energies, because that does not exist in my reality. I create a sanctuary in my house. I walk every day. I'm connected to the land. I'm receiving the energies, and I'm aligned to my highest good. So when you align to your highest good and you say, I activate my light body at optimal speed, or you could say rate or state, for my highest good at this time. Now take a deep breath in and fill what you just said. Put it into that breath. Put it in your heart. Bring it up to your throat, where the grandmothers opened a beautiful space for us, and they're clearing, cleansing, and bringing harmonizing energies. Now when you need to, blow it out. We call that a dolphin breath. You blow it out like a dolphin. That is a thought and an intention and energy and magic. You're putting it into the breath. You ask the breath to come in as the container. You're working with the elements, your higher self, your aura. Now, the thing is, not just your soul blueprint, not just your powers that you have, not just your memory of being a priestess of Isis, or being the best teacher that ever existed, or being the most loving mother that ever lived, or having the capacity for people to die in your arms and to make everyone feel whole and safe. You know, we have gifts in every level. We don't all have to be the best of this and the famous that. There are powers in you, in your lives, that are ready, and they're willing, and they're waiting. And part of your prosperity is you cannot take new power in when you're carrying pain. You cannot add power and growth to the dragon. Energy is going to come, and it's going to bring growth, but it's going to bring creativity. So it's going to be amazing. But the reason we're doing this right now is to get it done before the Chinese New Year. And the dragon energy is already here. She's coming in as our Kundalini in a feminine form. But the energy that's going to be in our environment is going to be a masculine. It's going to be grow, grow. And we're going to see people using that energy to prosper. And we're going to look at them and say, but you aren't helping the world. You're polluting the world. You're hurting people to make money. You're scamming people. You're selling stuff that hurts people. You're peddling toxins, whatever it is, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or literally. If you see people prospering like that and get confused, you're looking at the wrong thing. Now you know you're in a low state of consciousness, and you've got to go look, where am I? You've got to learn how to test yourself, and I'm going to teach you in the class on Thursday so that you can get the scale out and you can say, where am I right now on the scale? And I really want to know. And when you're really down there and you're angry and you start going down, you're going to get angry that you're going low. And it's just revealing to you that this is not a barrier. This is a state, and you go into different states. You're a dream weaver. You dream, you weave. You came here fully funded and perfectly designed to make the reality that only you can make. That's becoming so powerful, so strong, they make me repeat it all the time. So when I repeat a lot of shit, it's because we need to know it and we remember it. And a lot of my students who've been with me for a long time say, I hear you in my head saying, I'm ready and willing and open and receptive. Those are the optimal words. Now, as we enter the space, you're feeling the temple. The temple's also below you. So the Infinity Healing Temple is a pyramid of light above and below us, made from the silver goddess ray, divine, sacred, feminine, in its purest form. This is yin. And this is also independent, complete, Athena type energy, equal in all ways, no way less than the gold, the masculine, the sacred masculine, gives structure, form, protects, creates. This is a year for the dragon energy to create for us, for you. You will prosper within it in ways you've never imagined. Surrender now your pain. You do not need the identity. You do not need it in your body, your mind. Anything you perceive as a block or a challenge to you being able to prosper is a doorway to something. It is a cabinet. It is a treasure chest. It holds within it a secret. That secret might be a pain, a contract, a past, a fear. Whatever it is, you want to relish it. You want to invite it. You want to eat it and savor it and remember it and say, yes, I accept you. And now, all these energies here, this divine sacred temple is now also wrapped in the all-seeing eye. And this begins to awaken your pineal, your corpus callosum, your thalamus, your medulla, your pituitary. And now you take a deep breath in. We call on the grandmothers of timeless wisdom. We call on the prosperity currents of our soul seed. Blow that breath down, fanning the flames on your heart center. The harmony in your throat, the space that they've opened, they're feeding with energies of harmony from other dimensions that are optimal for you, like an elixir. You feel it in your belly. It soothes you. You shine. Now you allow it to pour into your navel, your umbilical cord. And here you relax deeply. Give permission to come into this moment now. Root yourself in your body in this moment while also being connected to your higher self, your I am presence, your body's intelligence and elemental. Your earth star, holding all the treasures that have been culled from your pain, your past, and what you've been willing to face, release, resolve, complete, and transform out of. As you enter the sacred space, you are welcomed. The special grandmother of prosperity, dream weaving, greets you, hugs you with an arm around your shoulder, and a familiar, loving gaze and smile looking at you. She guides you into the center of this sacred space. There is a lotus of sacred flames, changing color, changing shape, growing, dying, being reborn like a phoenix in the center of the room. In this beautiful space, you are welcomed. We are a wisdom circle. There are many wisdom keepers in many places in the universes. They are even within you. You are a part of many wisdom circles in many times, in many places. We have known you for many, many, many lives, and we have watched you. We are the watchers. We witness time and space. We are the Akasha, and we are both sides of the Akasha. Today we want you to realize all things have two sides. As a creator, you must know that the above and the below are required for you to exist. The feminine, the masculine, the spiritual, the physical, the yin, the yang. Give it any name that you want. It is required in order to bring life forth. If you truly wish the support of the wisdom circles of timeless, ageless, whatever topic you have, there is many, and if you have a desire within you, there is a wisdom circle within you right now that you can find. First, you must look within. And when you look within, you may not like what you see. You may not want to see what you see. You may want to look. You may avoid it. It's okay. We are here holding this sacred place for you. You sit now so beautiful, so comfortable, everything around here like a gorgeous temple of stones and light, crystal and light coming. The moon comes in and the sun comes in. Sometimes there are plants and sometimes there's a fountain. This lotus of life force moves always. It changes forms and shapes. Sometimes it looks like glass or crystal. Sometimes it moves like water. Sometimes it grows like a flower. The grandmothers say, please be comfortable. Know this is the space of love. You will come here to co-create with us. You will come here to co-create because it is time for you to be consciously a part of your creations, to listen to your words, to notice your feelings, your cravings, your actions, your choices. Yes, you have done it before. Yes, you may not like it or miss it. You may think you are a failure at it. No, you are coming at a very new time. You have shed things for 3 years. 3 full years you have been shedding. Now, before the power comes to help you grow, the rabbit is here. She is a grandmother of great wisdom. Remember, she's still there under your feet. You can always go to her cave of love, soft fertility, and abundance. Prosperity lives within everything. It has its unique way of expressing prosperity, and you do too. If you try to prosper as another, you will feel a failure. You will feel incomplete. You will not enjoy your successes, your riches, your moments, your opportunities, your creations. When you enter here, you will begin to see like we see. We will ask you to awaken your divine vision, to let go of the masks that you wear, even if you only do it here. Because you wish to prosper, it means that like a tree that falls down, it continues to grow. It can even grow through and over and around a building over time. It continues to prosper. It doesn't stop and say, oh, that's the end. This thing happened to me. It's not perfect. It says, that's interesting. I'll stay here and watch. I'll learn the lesson that's here. I'll draw from the powers within me that I came with that tell me this is happening and I have a solution. The tree finds the solution within itself. No one does it for it. It begins to grow in a new direction. It begins to find a new source of light or food. You can do it too. If you have been buried, cut off, if you have hit a block of some kind, if you feel you've been chopped down or in some way poisoned, prevented, limited, your growth is coming, and we are here to guide you there. Enjoy your space now. Feel it. Do you have soft silk cushions? Are you in a swinging chair that feels like you're being rocked? Are you sitting in a big, beautiful couch held by your grandmother of timeless, prosperous love and light? Allow who you were to move into this lotus of life force. They tell me this is the umbilical cord of Gaia, and you are connecting to Delphine, her life force, her beloved daughter and protector, who is here to come to you in the perfect timing and pulse. Be loved and rocked. Receive the love. Keep sensing and feeling the environment. If you see it or feel it or sense it, you could imagine what it would feel like or look like if you were in somewhere beautiful to you with the most loving being you've ever felt. Everything just made for you. Release, relax, receive. Now you will spend 3 minutes here in silence. You continue to release, relax, and receive, sinking deeper into the soft pillows, feeling whatever feels beautiful, loving, joyful, abundant, serene, harmonious. Accept it, and your emotional body lets go. There's nothing toxic to prevent you from flowing and co-creating. Relax as you release and accept that you're free to receive. Enjoy whatever is here for you. Just be the receiver. Now, relax as you receive a cleansing. Right now, relaxed, receiving, releasing. We activate your Janisa crystal, your 8 original cells at the base of your spine. We hold forms of prosperity. We call to the prosperity frog. We call to the coins of luck, gold, prosperity. We call to the Herkimer diamond of clarity, of purpose and spirit. We ask for a prosperous flow to come in. You are cleansed and ready to receive directly the life force from Gaia. This is the source of your prosperity, love. Clear and hold your sacred space. Anchor here. Now become aware of the whole temple. See, sense, feel the joy, the dancing grandmothers of different places and times, circle. They're holding hands and spinning around us layer after layer. They're each circle outside the next is going in a different direction. They're becoming a whir, a blur of color and light. They're creating a vortex within this space. Breathe it in. Be in this sacred space. Now let go. Peace. You are connecting with the wisdom within you. There is peace here, enlightenment, all that is required to prosper in the life your soul intended. See, sense, and feel the coin, the gold ray, the luck, the life force of the sun pouring into your third eye. Feel your belly warm, your soul's blueprint receiving nourishment. Now take a deep breath in. Hold it in your heart. Let it expand across the chest and down the arms, into the hands, connecting you to the crown chakra. I am that I am, Ea Esher Ea, and I am ready to continue this prosperous flow. Breathe it out. Through the energy leaving your hands from your heart and this divine breath and intention, you are opening a new pathway, a new timeline, and a new portal that you will enter as you exit this process. Give yourself a moment to accept it, attune to it. Now declare, as you are reconnecting to your body, staying connected to who you've become through this loving experience of release, relaxing and reconnecting to your true pulse of your body and heart and soul's purpose. I'm ready and willing to shift my life, my focus to this new state. Look for, see, and feel prosperous each day. I choose, request, and accept that I stay connected to this love, that I wake up tomorrow morning feeling prosperous in one way or something better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. Hold that intention, put it into the breath, let it go through all of your cells. Then draw it back up, blow it out. Feel it pulsing through the body and the cells, through the aura, into the room, into your mind and emotional bodies, into the house, down into the ground, up, 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 into the sky. I am prepared to prosper once again, aligned to my highest good, my soul's blueprint, and I accept this support and love. I walk with this new love and light, with this frequency, with this pulse. I love and accept my sacred blueprint in my belly, my new connection to the life force of Gaia. I love and accept my new awakened golden inner eye. To the sun, to this sacred infinity healing temple, I give thanks to all my guides, to my body, my life, my blueprint, my soul, to all that is supporting me, has supported me, and has allowed me to support them. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. And now we are free, and so it is. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart, move them up and down so that the palms stay connected, but the fingers point together and then they point in separate directions and then they point together. Do this back and forth a few times. Now accept this temple is right here in your hands, the grandmother's wisdom, their love, and the part of you that has been reawakened, that is wise, living in harmony, forgiveness, acceptance, transcending all the time, moment after moment, experiencing the moment, transcending. Feel what it feels like. Anchor it down and bring now the hands over the eyes. Send that energy in to the eyes, the brain, the third eye, the crown, and let it pour up and down your chakras. Bring it over your head and bring that energy down. Pour it again into you. And now Weave through your heart to acknowledge this gift that continues to flow, and weave front to back, and now above to your soul star. Thank you, and I love you. Weave down to the throat. Receive the final messages from the grandmothers, your higher self, or any other wisdom is here for you. Now weave down from the throat into the heart. Bring that wisdom up to the throat. Heart, mind, I, higher self are connected. I accept, I acknowledge, and I live in harmony with this. And so it is. Continue to move your hands over your body, spreading this light, allowing whatever might need to be brushed away to go, to receive, to acknowledge, to let it go down deep within. Feel your belly, feel your navel connection. Feel this pulsing lotus of life. Remember, see, and feel your beautiful cocoon of loving light, relaxing, releasing, receiving. You're a dream weaver, and these are the grandmothers, the prosperity flow. That's creativity and growth. That's cycles of life. Sleep with them tonight. Come back and repeat this as often as you are called. This is an infusion, a realignment, a healing, and a love. This is not what we were going to do today, but it is beautiful. Receive it, accept it, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next step. Oh my goodness, I think I'm still showing you this screen. All right, so that was different than what we were planning, and beautiful, incredibly beautiful. So I love to be a clear and open channel, and all the work I do with myself, my students, with you here in the Prosperity Magic class that's starting on Thursday, the Sacred Soul Powers class in February, that we're going to reconnect with those parts of us that you can see they're already talking about that. The information coming through, I'm loving it. It's going to be transcribed for those of you in the class, and these are going to be edited into training parts and into activations. So we experienced an activation today, and it was very loving, very beautiful. We went into the temple that we've created for this. So I create the Infinity Healing Chamber, and it also has a sphere of the Flower of Life around it. And it's been amplifying our malachite for us. This, if you can see, is a sphere. It's a hologram of a sphere. It is actually, this is our light body. This is how I work with it. You stand inside of here. So if you see and feel this around you, it is also, we've created one around the Infinity Healing Chamber, which you enter every time you come anywhere near me. Okay. I teach you to activate it, and you do it all the time in your life, in your house, you can do it to your children far away, or to other people you love, or around a part of the planet, or someone having surgery. You can do this. There's no time and space, okay? That's part of your magic. And so we're in this chamber, but then depending on the school, the class, the purpose, the time, the moon that we're in, the different energies come through. And they showed me today that they're timeless, ageless watchers and witnesses. And it's what I experienced when I went at the solstice on the pyramid, on the Temple of Venus. So if you remember, if not, it's here. Be sure to subscribe and get notifications So we'll be probably adding another day to this challenge because we didn't do, but we'll see, because I have this whole thing written up, but we didn't do it. Gosh, that was so beautiful. Can't wait to repeat it. So you keep repeating the first one. You keep repeating this one. Do them when you feel called. Listen to that inner voice. Let them or your divine self speak to you. I'm connecting you very deeply. These are full classes that you're receiving if you're here, not in the class. This is a very deep sacred magic. This is a deep, powerful place. You come out transformed. So what they're doing is giving you a process that you can repeat that takes you in and brings you out safely, saying the right things in the right place, connected to them. Each time you repeat this or any of these or anything in the class, the Prosperity Magic class, or any of the classes, you have a different experience. You build on it, you expand on it, you go deeper. So step by step, you cannot come to one of these and leave unchanged. It's not possible. I'm so excited because these are butterflies and I've had them for years and years, and I lost one. And literally it's been over 9 years since I lost them, and now I found them. So I'm wearing them for this whole prosperity class because this is it. This is us coming out of our cocoons and out of our transformations into a space where we can, I want you to see more of the beautiful altar here, and to feel into what we have available to support us. So remember, I shared more about this the first day. All of these energies, goddesses representing the divine energies that they hold, whether it's a crystal or the sphere of life, it holds very powerful medicine. So all these things are here in a particular grid, called to be together. Create your own sacred space. You will prosper more. I cleanse and clear with copal and also white sage or palo santo or other local sacred incenses that I buy from the Maya and bring to my retreats for you. And if you come to the retreats like March, you get an opportunity to come in person. It's very ceremonial, it's very sacred. I bring a lot of my things. I create the space there energetically, and I cleanse and clear you. I do sound healing and other healing. It is a very deep transformation, as well as tons of fun and flavors and pampering and love and sacred caves and ceremonies and cacao and kisses and dolphins and waters and in Greece. Oh my gosh, there's just no words for either of these places. And Avalon, we're going to be doing an inner goddess retreat in Avalon in October. So please get in touch with me about the sacred retreats, because I have enough interest that perhaps I will do a private class for people who want to prosper and manifest something specific like that, one of my retreats. If you do want to, I'm happy to help you with anything you perceive as a fear. Maybe it's just asking me questions or understanding some of the details that you want to ask about. I like to ask a lot of questions, so if you want to ask a lot of questions, it's okay. All right. So in the temple, they showed me that they are the witnesses that sit through time, through space, and they watch. And I was sitting on the Temple of Venus, and we were sitting on a ledge, not the top. It was second to the top. It's like a pyramid temple, and we were facing. We sat there because of the shade, and it was we were facing the jungle. And over here, we could see more of the temples and the pyramids at the site. It's called Sibil Shaltun, and it's where not the same building, but it's where you have the third eye solar initiation through the temple. Quite insanely powerful place. So the Mayan magic is interesting because Aphrodite came through a few days before the solstice and said gave us a love bath. So it's here, and also told me to go to the Temple of Venus, because I was thinking about this, maybe going to this site, maybe going to another site. And so I'm trying to get you to see, to feel and get some of these prosperity frog energies. Here we go. We'll move them back here for you. And some of these other really beautiful energies. And when I was sitting there, there was a lot of different energies talking and coming to me visually in other ways. I was there with Chris. A dog followed us and sat with us. It was really beautiful. And then the temple started to change. A vortex opened. The temples are stargates. And we were still sitting like the same position. We were sitting like this, you know, cross-legged, leaning against the wall. And all of a sudden I could see down the row a grandmother. And they all looked different, and they looked very ceremonial. They looked as if they were in a traditional dress or a silk kimono, or, you know, they looked like they were from a different time or a different place or different culture or different robes or whatever. And then I looked this way, and there was Chris, and then they continued that way. And all they did was sit and look. And I was like, oh, I'm one of them. We're watching. And I did that. And then over the period of about an hour and a half meditation, maybe 2 hours, I think it was a little shorter than normal, I experienced going to different temples, different times. I was in China on some kind of a temple doing the same thing with them at a different time on this planet. We were in Egypt, we were in Babylon, we went to different star systems, and all the time just sitting like this, watching. And I didn't understand it at the time. It was an experience. So this is what's fun about living a sacred feminine flow. It doesn't mean you don't create and build. Of course, you structure, you build in your life, you create here, you hold victory already in your hand. Beautiful Nike, an aspect of Athena, who is the perfect balance of goddess, meaning it is the divine feminine that creates on its own, not the divine feminine that creates in duality. And this is what you hold in your hands. To prosper is to allow the energies to feed you so you can grow, so your wings can unfurl. You are in a metamorphosis. The wings will come. The wings come in phases. The imaginal cell within you knows when you awaken your soul cell within your belly that we just did. Now you understand. You connect to your truth. When we realize that we have been bringing information in from external, from history, from ancestry, from family, from school, from culture, from government, from all the things that have consumed us, because that's why you're in a physical body, you know, you're here to be in the physical. Now you realize we're in a time of evolution, and these energies have come together here across the planet. The vortexes are coming alive. Our work is vital because it is allowing people like you and I don't know about you, but my whole womb is pulsing, and I have a cord of light that now I can see going from my belly button, and I can feel it moving through my sacral and through my root and out, and it's pulsing like a little rope light. And this happens when I work, ever since I've well, it's happened before that, to be honest, but ever since I went to Greece, we went to Delphi, and Gaia had us reconnect to her navel, which then awoke the sacred serpent. So that's what's coming alive within us, our own life force. That's what that means. This is your true life force. This means you hold within you everything you need, the codes you need. Now you need to be allowed to prosper. You need to be fed. So this cord that you activated today, do it again and again. It will create more and more connection. More and more connection is connection to divine flow, divine prosperity, divine potential. Now you become one with the grandmothers. All right. So in this course, and the course is going forward, we're working with all the divine sacred feminine energies this year. And this is who we're working with now. This is just one of the grandmothers. So I saw her. This is original artwork created by Chris and I, and some things like the words and stuff added by Donna. And this is one of my oracle cards. So this is what came forward. This is what we talked about yesterday. This is the flow of the full color spectrum that has harmony in it, and they are coming back, weaving here with us, to us, and showing us how to reconnect to these divine sacred vortexes of light. I loved when they became a vortex today. It was such a powerful experience. Everything is extremely visual to me. The way that I experienced the temple today was like a stone temple, and it's above and below. It's equal, but you could experience a floor, and sometimes the below doesn't really part of your experience, and sometimes you're between them. right? Sometimes it's very whole, and it changes. It changes when I do a private session. The Infinity Healing Chamber begins to change to what that person needs, where we go, what their guides are. They come in. It may be a garden. We may go to another life. It changes for you. All right. So this is what I saw, what I perceived. What you perceived might be reaffirmed by what I'm sharing with you, or might be different, and it doesn't make anything you received wrong. Everything is a piece of the puzzle. You must let things unfold. It's vital for true prosperity to be allowed to grow, to take root, to be nurtured, to have the cycles of new moon, nurturing, inner work, that paying attention to self, listening deeply. Then there's a time of more energy, more light, more activity, more, okay? That's okay. So you need to be in the cycles in order to be a creator. You are the Ouroboros, which is the dragon or the serpent. That's a circle that eats its tail. That's the symbol through time, through mystery schools, through sacred teachings, through many, 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 many societies that understand energy and power, is that this is an eternal life force. But we've been cut off and told to get our information, what's right, who we need to be, what is prosperity, what do we need, what do we have to be safe, to be right, what kind of life we need to leave, what kind of job we need to have, what kind of things we need to save, and how we need to do it. This is killing you. You must end it. The grandmothers are softly bringing us in, and I'm feeling a little bit stronger as I'm coming back more and more into my body, into the moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you, all of my divine loving beings. You may be interested to see, let me see if I can share with you who's up here. So we have Ishel. The fairies decided to come, so I can't tell which direction to go. The fairies came from downstairs. This is a Native American pot, handmade by a native New Mexican that my mother gave me, that she bought many years ago there. It's sort of an inheritance. This is Ishel, the goddess that my house is named after. And we have, this is a Hummel, that is me. This is my moon jaguar. I'm going the wrong way. This is multidimensional. And there's an Ankh. There's another Ishel. There's my dolphin moon. Up here is Kukulkan. There's an all-seeing eye, Shadia, and more. So I'm surrounded on all sides by these wonderful divine energies, and I want you to do the same thing. They cleanse and clear and heal me the more I work with them. Many of these have been to temples, to ceremonies. Many of them go to retreats. I sell them. I have several, like what this one came up. This was at the recent retreat. I took it to all the ceremonies. Nobody bought it. I gave a few to my friends. There's a few more, and this one wanted to come be a part of this prosperity challenge. So whatever energies this gathered, when we went to the caves, we did the cacao ceremony, we did the inner child ceremony, when we had our sound healings, all the things we did, every ceremony we had, other than going in the water with the dolphins, it has that energy now. And it's a pillar of light, and these represent the angelic realms and the pillar of light that you are, and your pillar of light as well. So this energy is available to you, and then at the next retreat, it'll be for sale. So there's a necessity for me to encode things and pass them on, and maybe for you too. You could bring a rock to the retreat and leave it for me. So now we're going to close, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. May this circle be open, yet unbroken. And this beautiful love and peace, this temple that has been created, this incredible, pulsing lotus that keeps changing form, it's pulsing. It is the entry point of the navel, the umbilical cord of the temples, and it is the connection through Delphine and the divine life force. And it is pulsing like the awakening of the all-seeing eye, the thousand-petaled lotus. It changes form, dimension, and shape over and over. It pulses like a heartbeat. It's in the center of this divine temple, And around in a circle are layers where the grandmothers took each of us into a space that was just yours, whatever way that you saw it. There's light, whether it's glass or crystal or opening, and sun coming through and sky, and yet there's moonlight reflected in the center. We are between the worlds, and yet this is a beautiful sacred space that they've created. Please describe and remember what you have seen and felt. Share it with the class, and remember that you are a co-creator now. And the next step will be, please complete this and the previous one at least once to come to the next co-creative process. Namaste. Lakach na alakin. I am another you, you are another me, we are one. We activate our divine infinity. Cross, flower, and allow the throat to continue to heal and open. Namaste. I love the grandmothers too. Evelyn, yay, Lisa, go, go, go. And the watchers and the butterflies. By the way, your shirt today makes me think you are illuminated by the stars. Oh my goodness, thank you. I love that. How neat. Yes, you're amazing, so beautiful. Many thanks to the prosperity grandmothers. Oh, thank you. Let me catch up here. Happy New Year. One major intention that Lori came with is I have 2024 is the divine, perfect, and permanent healing of my body, especially from any cancer. So what I want to invite you to do, Lori, is to ask the cancer to become your best friend, to love it, and to ask it to impart its wisdom, its purpose to you. It has a purpose, as you know, and what we never want to do is get rid of something, because if we haven't found its purpose and reclaimed its power for ourselves, then we're going to have that one root that isn't growing and prospering. And what happens then is that you're going to have this part of you that's always attached to it, afraid of it, judging it, instead of you fully saying, ooh, right now, that divine, perfect, permanent healing of my body. Now, permanent is an interesting word to use, and I want you to decipher it, okay? So this is a very important lesson for everybody. Take a look at your statements, your words, your declarations. Let them flow. Don't judge them. Then give yourself a moment to really sense and feel the energy in those words. If you feel anything on the low end of the scale, I want you to invite it to an acceptance moment and say, I accept you, I love you, and I'm interested in you. Please tell me your story, your origin, your wisdom, whatever is optimal for my highest good at this time. Now, when you do that, you will have an opening and a connection to whatever it is. If it's a pain, or if it's a constant ear infection, or cancer, or whatever it is, a painful relationship, a sense of loss or regret. It can be specific or not. Anything can become a cancer. And what is cancer? It's lack of self-love. It's the body growing in a way that hurts itself. That's a great, oh my gosh, thank you for bringing that word in. I just realized that's the perfect example of what's going to happen this year. All energy can be used to heal or harm. All energy can create prosperity in love and harmony, and all energy can create prosperity, which is growth, in anger and violence. Wars are started because they make money. because they can make rules, because they can hire people to make a bunch of weapons. They can go take other people's stuff, you know, oh, we're going here in the name of peace, but we really want to take your shit and we don't care about you and your culture and we're going to blow you up and kill you and take you. We've been doing that for friggin' millennium, okay? So it's no different. What we want to understand is the growth energy that's coming with the dragon year has the potential to create stunning prosperity if it is able to enter a container, you and I, that is as pure and clear as possible. These processes are going to lead you there. I have no idea. The Prosperity Challenge came up. The class was already online being offered, and this came up. Then they said, these are classes. These are being given to everybody because everyone needs it, so make sure you respect it, even if you're not paying for it, and take it, share it, repeat it, use it, listen. Now, when we go in to the class starting, we will have had this preparation. And this preparation is sort of like soaking the beans overnight so that you can cook them, right? Marinating your vegetables before you grill them. Be sure that you're receiving this support, because if your tendency is to be too busy, to not take time to try to catch up, or to see anything as a cancer, as something that is in your way. Anything in the body exists first in the other fields. Give me 1 second. Okay. I had a huge cough and a sneeze, and the energy is exploding from right here, which is the third eye, and down. And this often happens in deep sessions and classes, like sometimes. So just let me process that. It's an awakening. It's a release of energy that I've processed and pent up. So LightBody healing is what you're doing every step of the way in this moment now. You are getting the opportunity to up level when you do this, and then you will have an adjustment. So you might be tired, you might need to bathe, you might need to cleanse, you might need to drink tea, you might need to not eat. You definitely don't want to watch violent shows. It's best if you don't get into negative conversations, you stay away from gossiping and bullying, whether it's been to you or that. Please put your focus on what you want to grow, because the prosperity energy you're connecting to will grow anything. Wow, that was interesting. I have no idea what I was saying. So when we move into timelessness, that's being emphasized. We've been doing no time work in mystery schools for a very long time, and they're saying timeless magic is eternal prosperity. And we were introduced to some very powerful symbols today that represent that eternal nature. And some of them are like this. You know, these are fun. You can buy these usually. All right, I'm going to look and see. Yes, so I was answering Lisa's question, they said. Thank you. When I'm half in and out, or I'm in the process of coming back in. Yes, so Lori, the divine, perfect, and permanent healing of your body could have much more powerful and prosperous containers. Those words are containers. They're spells, they're declarations, they're commands. You're telling yourself this is what you want, whether you feel powerful or not. So what I want you to do, Lori, is I want you to say, all right, divine, I love that. You're surrendering yourself to what's optimal. And I want you to say those words. What is optimal for my highest good, or my soul's seed, or my soul's path, or my soul's powers, my mission, my purpose. Use a word like that. Surrender it to what is yours, okay? And of course, that's the divine timing. And give it Perfect. What does perfect mean? How does perfect feel? Do you have a definition for perfect? You are already perfect. So if it's aligned to your highest good and what's optimal for you, you can get rid of the word perfect, which can bring up limitation and judgment because maybe you have an idea of what it should feel like and you have to let go of it. All healing of the body especially requires acceptance, love of the disease or the cause, and releasing the requirement of a particular outcome. That is actually manifestation. If you learn that, you will realize you have more in your life than you could have imagined, and you can skip off down the lane even if you have certain challenges right now. You can enjoy the opportunity of every moment. We're never going to be in this moment again of breakdown. We're never going to be in that moment of the pandemic. As bad as that might seem, there were opportunities in that moment that were missed because people were busy panicking, judging, being mad, angry, and blaming. If you had instead sat down in harmony and peace and said, what is here in this moment, in this unique moment that gives me something to grow with, then you will, then you will begin to prosper, because in every moment you will know that even if it doesn't feel good, even if it's not your favorite, most joyous moment, it's full of richness that can feed you. All right. So this temple is always with you and it's feeding you. They want me to remind you of that. And permanent. What do you mean by permanent? Again, just explore what you're seeking, where you're craving, what states are attached to those words. Can you bring perfect and permanent into harmony, intention, optimism? Or are they craving? Are they holding on? Are they there were times in my life where I felt like if one more thing happened, I would absolutely freak out and die. And there's times I just couldn't handle it. I was so emotionally fragile. So many things had happened. I hadn't found a balance. So if you're in those places, you take your time in your loving space, in your transformation. And what they're telling you is that you're ready for much more powerful words. You're ready for much more powerful words. Your throat's being opened by these beautiful sacred energies, Lori. And if you missed the first one, anybody listening, do that. They do an activation for us that is an ongoing flow of 3 infinity symbols that are flowing with multicolored, very much like this. They're flowing with the full color spectrum, okay, that then begins to reveal what you need to build the life you want to manifest. So my further intention is for life to hum along in perfect peace, health, wealth, beyond my wildest dreams, or something even greater. I love that. That's wonderful. And I love hum along. This is a good word, and it's a wonderful word for you. It has a nice vibration. You should hum. One thing that would be very good is humming, chanting, toning. This is an accelerator of all things, and it looks like some of these limits that might be in your words are just ready to fall off of you, Lori. They're ready to just go clunk, boom, done, okay? Now, health, wealth, and beyond my wildest dreams. I absolutely love this right now because you're not limiting it. Excuse me. You're not limiting it, and you're not creating a solid container. Right? So I say this or something better, and I always hand it over. The space that you enter here is always encoded with things like harmonious, protected, between the worlds, aligned with the highest good, for your highest good, aligned with your higher self, your soul blueprint. And that's given in the space. But if you've not been operating that way, get used to the space, keep entering these activations, feel them around you, let the space come to life. If the temple looks different to you, that's fine. If it looks different tomorrow, that's perfect. You need to be in intuitive flow. Sacred feminine power is being in flow. The flow has to come through the sacred feminine, comes up here and into our sacral. And then we create. And the creation is within a sacred space of the sacred masculine. So it's maybe within your home, it's within your body. Okay, it's within your job or your business. It's within the oracle cards that this is becoming. That's becoming a container. That's a structure that the sacred masculine is creating. And then you're going to come in and pre-purchase these. And then together we're going to co-create the manifestation of this into boxes of oracle cards. And so it's a different kind of manifestation, but all manifestation can happen instantly within you. The cancer is healed now. The cancer is healed now. The cancer is a gift right now. The divorce is a gift right now. The divorce is liberating me. The being fired or leaving my job or losing my apartment, whatever it is, take something that makes you feel powerless, take something that you carry with you and say, this is a gift. What is the message? What is the lesson? Speak to me now. My beautiful spiritual friend. Show me my mind. Show me my emotions. Show me my aura. Show me my contracts. Show me my lives. Show me my powers. Show me the treasures that this holds. Show me the door. I'm ready to walk through it. I'm ready to go into the underworld with you. I'm ready to rise again with you. That's the sacred feminine. You stay in the cycle. You know you have what you need. So beautiful. And dreaming is important. So they called themselves the Dream Weaver, grandmother prosperity dream weavers. And this is who we're playing with. Pretty cool. Short-term discovering, Lisa says, my new voice, woo, in all aspects of my life, heart, mind, body, work, relationships, singing, dragon, and fire. Awesome. Long-term, finding my flow. I've been out of sync for a long time. Too much lack. All right. Long-term change, finding my new prosperous path. I love it. How about this? Accepting it, allowing it, noticing it, seeing it, hearing it. Okay, use some of those words, okay, everybody, and Lisa, right? So finding it is great, but now that's telling you you have to work, you have to look for it, that it's not here. Instead, you could hold very still, breathe yourself into the prosperity temple and say, I now align with my prosperous path. Take a deep breath. I activate my light body at optimal speed for me at this time. And now you allow the path and your light body to do the work. You accept it. You can feel your feet, the chakra of your foot. Your feet is your balls of your feet. It is one chakra. You move independently, but it doesn't. It is where you drain out your pain, fear, release, and it is where you receive your treasures through your Earth Star from Gaia. Now you can receive, you can release, and you can breathe in a new rhythm. What would your new prosperous path feel like? If you were given a glimpse of it, a taste of it, a sound, a smell, a clue, receive it now. Let's all do that. And so it is. Thank you, Sandra. You're welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Symphony and Iritag, Lisa. Oh, you're so wonderful. You really are a blessing to us, Nan. Oh my goodness, thank you. And I hope I see you guys in the class. The watchers and the butterflies. Wow, by the way, your shirt, oh yeah, it makes you think you're illuminated by the stars. I really like that. And Avalon, Avalon, Avalon. I love the grandmothers. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. I will do that for my womb. Embrace it in its fullness. Absolutely. Your body is detoxing. I love it. Absolutely. It's detoxing because of what I eat, but it's detoxing because of all of the other things I do. And it had to find a balance together to get to this point, because I'd lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, and gained weight in many ways, mostly forcing it and things. And then I moved into just letting go and letting spirit talk to me. And then I moved into just being in my own path. And it's fascinating to watch yourself, to know yourself, to see yourself moving in the 3D and over here, and being able to see the patterns. You guys are really in for joyful love. Thank you so much. That was, wow, incredibly beautiful, powerful, and helpful. You're so welcome, Lori. So this is kind of what we would do in the class. We've gone a little bit long. However, we share, and I do readings like that to help people process. We get a message, we get some teaching, usually the slides that will come tomorrow, and we do a process. Then we share about that process. So what I did, these will be divided in for class number 2. For those of you in the class, if you're not joining the class, you can come here over and over. In the class, we will edit this into sections. So it will be the training or the message, and then it will be the process, and it will be the decoding of what we experienced, what I experienced, and then it will be sharing and readings like we just did with Lori. So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste. I feel very prosperous in my life, I have to tell you. I feel prosperous that you're here, and I feel prosperous that I get to do this work, and that I'm doing it by fully being embodied. This morning I walked onto the beach, and as my feet touch the sand, I do what I tell you to do. I'm connecting already with the earth, but specifically with the sand, and I start to heart-to-heart weave, bringing the sun down into my heart, and then weaving into Gaia, and then going up to the sun and down into the waters, and then to the moon. And I begin to weave with all the dolphins and the rays and the rocks and the trees and the celestials in the sky and the flamingos, and doesn't have to be in front of me, but it's always great to start that way. And I breathed and noticed that my shoulders were tense. So I relaxed, and this is an issue that I'm working on. And I realized that I was saying the words, but I wasn't fully present. So I breathed myself slowly into my body. And I moved my feet on the sand, and you can do that anywhere, even on your floor, like a cat. And then they said, all we require of you is to be present right here, right now, and watch. And then I opened my eyes, and I went for my walk, and I picked up shells, and I connected with the ocean, and I watched the birds, and I didn't listen to music, and I was alone, so I didn't talk to anybody, and I wasn't planning the class. That didn't come till I came back, and I went into the casita, checked on my kitty, and then I began to channel the grandmothers, everything that's on the slides, which we will do tomorrow. And that moment of being very present, thinking I'm present because I'm saying words and I'm doing things and I'm moving my hands, and yes, I'm having an effect, of course, better than not. But the difference of the richness, the life force, the experience, the moment that I got to experience, that I put into the Akasha in that moment because I was present. I was at peace. I was here, not a million other places. It's so powerful, there's no words for it. Every moment of my trip to visit my family was exquisite. I was freezing cold, but even that was fine. It didn't matter. I got to be with my kids in the most harmonious and joyful way. Everybody was in flow and got seen and respected. I got to be with my family, my parents. My mom's going to be 90 in September. My dad turned 90 when I was there. Both of their birthdays were when I was there. We were with Chris. It was like the most amazing moment in my entire family lineage history for me. And it happened, and I got to be fully present in it, instead of worrying about it or judging it or complaining about the cold. It was so powerful to be at peace and be loving, accepting, giving, and to be receiving with my family, and not be on guard and not be worried that I was saying the right thing or doing the right thing, and to be looking at them with love and to be listening because it was more important to feel and see the energy in the moment, to feel the connection of my heart with my dad as I sat with him on the couch while Chris was over here next to me. The ability to be in that moment so fully is the prosperity and richness and abundance of life that you seek. It doesn't mean that money isn't part of prosperity, and it doesn't mean that you aren't going to have many, many other things. But ultimately, you can do that right now. And it's taken me years and decades and lifetimes to come to this harmony with family and the lineages and all the complication with it. And my North Node, my direction, is moving out of my life of my house of family now. So I know with peace in my heart that I got up and spent the money and the time and went with the fear and did my best that I could every step of the way to reconnect to them, to make sure that I was not letting that hold me back from my prosperity, from my truth, from my growth, from my joy. I am not going to let anyone else in my life, for regardless of whatever reason or purpose anymore, hold the cards to what I get to experience and make an impact with in this life. This life is important. This soul created this life. And before this body goes somewhere else, I want the most out of every moment. And it doesn't require any of the things I thought I had to have. What gives me peace is what I have moved step by step towards the beach, my beloved, being my weird, wonderful self with pink hair, even though my parents don't like it. My kids are like, they don't like it. I go, I know. And I love all of you and myself. So I don't do anything to hurt anyone, but in loving myself, I give more love. And I appreciate the moment. And then I go through many, many, many different light body changes and light body sickness and ascension sickness. And then I'm able to handle more energy, and I live at a new level of peace and joy, and I see prosperity differently, and I'm ready for more money, and I'm ready for more love, and I'm ready for more friends, and I'm ready for more of all the wonderful things in life, and I am not attached to any of them coming in a particular way, and I don't require any of them to be here at a certain time, and I don't require any of them to be here in a certain amount or come through a certain channel. All right, so there was another whole class right there, and it's wonderful. I love that this information is coming through me. I have a lot of information I could share, so I trust that what we are talking about now is of power to you because you're stepping into this in your own right way. Thank you. Most definitely, those are the gifts of life. They are, and it doesn't mean, I saw something once that said there are no ugly women. There are only poor women. And they took a bunch of women and took pictures of them as their normal selves and then gave them epic makeovers and beautiful clothes and fancy hairdos and dyes and all these things that they didn't do because they couldn't afford it. And then they took a picture of them, and there's a beautiful portrait of them, and it's absolutely stunning. And it doesn't mean that you need glamorous makeup to look beautiful. But these people believed that they couldn't have self-care. And they didn't have access because they saw their prosperity as limited in some way. They lived into that image that they couldn't take care of themselves better and that they didn't have access to certain things. Certainly access to certain health things or certain trips or certain, I go to the chiropractor. We go to the chiropractor a lot. And there was a time when that was a huge luxury and expense, and that's just a part of my life now. It's not an option. So the alignment of your light body comes with the request of all of us to enjoy the moment and savor it. And I want to respect and honor those of you who are in pain, who are in fear, who are facing some kind of death sentence. My brother-in-law has been dying of cancer for decades, but it went to a new level about 5 years ago now or so, and and it became a chronic condition, although still getting worse, and this morning went into hyperdrive. So I do know that something's happening, and my guess is something major is happening with him. And however, I have my challenges, and Chris has his challenges, and Lori has, I think it's Lori who said, cancer. And I know all of you have relationships or losses or pains or fears. We all do. It in no way belittles your pain or your fear, but those are not your power. They do not define you in a way that you want to relate to anymore. You do not want to wear them as a badge, because spirit and higher realms do not say, oh, congratulations, you've suffered long enough, now you can come up here. The more you suffer, the more you identify with your suffering as suffering, and the more you don't accept the gift, the power, the doorway within whatever it is that holds you back in whatever way. They're not all meant to open right now. Don't worry, okay? It's just that when you open up, you don't have to fight it. You don't have to live with it. You don't have to forgive anybody. Just accept it. Trust me. Come on. So let's go to prosperity magic class. So next time, I will see you tomorrow. And that's our last of our challenge. We'll see. I will definitely do what we promised you. And if you're going to join the class, go to shop.nanakasha.com, reach out to me. We will make sure that you get immediately all of the things that you can get started on. And of course, please share this and have a beautiful and blessed day. Every step and every breath. You breathe in, life force. You breathe out, your loving vision. I can't wait to see what you co-create. Please share with me your ideas, share with me your goals, share with me your transformations and your feelings. Thank you. Bye.